Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are truly looking forward to seeing in this movie is exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize the characters of Kylo Ren, Rey, and even, of course, the characters of Luke Skywalker and General Leia Organa, the two main legacy characters that will be making their return in this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with one of the opening sequences within the first act of the film. Specifically, a description of one of the opening scenes in the first act of the movie, consisting of Kylo Ren leading an entire army of red stormtroopers, with 3 Knights of Ren both on the left and right side of Kylo, that are also in front of the troopers. It's described that in the sequence, Kylo is wearing his helmet. The next goes over Kylo kneeling down to the Darth Vader melted helmet, as it sits on a podium. It's described to be JJ's take on a similar scene to what was done in Episode 7. Another goes over Rey, Poe, and Finn alongside with other Resistance fighters, standing in front of a speech from Leia, from her brother about Luke Skywalker and acknowledging the death of Han Solo. It's described to be exactly 1 year after Han Solo's death that the speech takes place. It's described that this sequence was done through unused footage of Leia from The Last Jedi. So I really want to go over the last bit that's really my favorite of all, is this speech that is being done by General Leia in front of course, Rey, Finn, Poe, and their entire Resistance, right? The remnants of the Resistance, whoever's left or whoever has joined from all different corners of the galaxy to go up against the First Order and, of course, Supreme Leader Ren. Now, this is a sequence in which Leia is actually delivering a speech about her brother Luke Skywalker and what he did on the planet Crate in order to save the Spark, right? That's basically their last hope. The Spark is their last hope in this movie. And the other thing is her acknowledging the death of Han Solo. This takes place 1 year, exactly 1 year after the events of course, the death of Han Solo in The Force Awakens. So it really does make one wonder why they did not include this footage in The Last Jedi. This probably makes sense as to why we kept on hearing about Han Solo's funeral or Han Solo's memorial or something around those lines for Episode 8 that we never got to see in the finalized version of the movie. Keep in mind that a lot of unused footage of Leia was actually shot for Episode 8 that did not make it to the final cut of the film or even the Blu-ray of the movie. There's a lot of unseen footage for Episodes 7 and 8 that we have yet to see that will be used in Episode 9. Now, the other of which that I do want to go over is the sequence in which Kylo Ren is leading an entire army of red stormtroopers. Now, this is most likely, like I say, the Red Fury. The Red Fury are a set of troopers coming their way into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is the theme park. By the way, guys, if you are interested, it is opening on May 31st, just to keep that in mind, over in California. Now, what's really intriguing, though, about all of this is that it also ties directly into the Knights of Ren. There are 3 knights, apparently, on one side of Kylo, and the other 3 are on the other side. So imagine Kylo in the middle, 3 knights to his left, 3 knights to his right, with a whole entire army of red troopers behind them all. Now, that's quite a scenic piece, I gotta say, within the First Order. I can only imagine how J.J. Abrams is going to make this look in IMAX when people go ahead and see this movie come December of 2019. The other of which has all to do with Darth Vader. This is where Kylo Ren is kneeling down to the melted helmet of Darth Vader that sits on top of a high podium. Now, like I say, this is J.J. Abrams' take on another scene that we already saw in Episode 7 in which he's talking to the Vader helmet. A lot of that is going to be used in Episode 9 in order to show us just how, I guess you could say, delusional Kylo Ren really is in Episode 9, in order to truly tell us that he is truly associated with the dark side of the Force, and mostly in tune with the dark side in this movie. And that's one thing to truly look forward to seeing in this film for sure, is that we're going to get a version of Kylo Ren that we have never seen before in the sequel trilogy. So what do I make about all of this? The opening of Episode 9, it seems like it's really going to be very promising. It sounds like it's really going to be centered around the legacy of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, as well as a little hint of Kylo Ren's path and where he's going to go throughout the plot of this film. Now, honestly, in my opinion, I think that this is a step in the right direction for the character of Leia to acknowledge the death of Han Solo. I found it to be a little off and/or odd that this was not done in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, by director Rian Johnson. To me, it just didn't make any sense as to why Leia didn't even really talk about Han Solo too much. The only acknowledgement of Han Solo that we got in this movie, basically, was Luke Skywalker asking Rey, where's Han? And that was it. And they even had a whole entire scene dedicated to Luke crying about Han Solo that was cut from the movie. So it's great to hear that J.J. Abrams is trying to pay respect to the character of Han Solo through the dialogue of Leia. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.